This is Roger. His surname is spelled Ver, but properly pronounced Veer. Roger Ver was an early adopter of Bitcoin, and was often referred to as Bitcoin Jesus, due to his evangelical zeal for promoting the Big Daddy crypto. This is also Roger Ver, tireless promoter of the hard fork of Bitcoin called Bitcoin Cash. Here we see him famously rage quitting a YouTube interview, because the guy kept calling his beloved Bitcoin Cash by its abbreviated moniker, Bcash. So how did Mr. Ver go from an evangelical promoter of Bitcoin to, honey, please stop, you're scaring the children, in just a few short months? I'm gonna try to explain. Konnichiwa. I'm Sakura Nakamoto, and you're watching Nakamoto Rised. Cryptocurrency news and information. I used to have warm and fuzzy feelings about Roger Ver, when he was relentlessly promoting Bitcoin. But now, I think of him as the guy screaming at kids to get off his freaking lawn. Bitcoin Cash is a hard fork of the Bitcoin blockchain, which occurred on August 1, 2017. It happened because of a scalability debate. Scalability, for those of you who don't know, is the capability of a system, network, or process to handle a growing amount of work. We'll discuss that further, regarding Bitcoin, but right now I want to let Roger Ver pitch Bitcoin Cash to you, in the interest of critical thinking.
There's been lots and lots of internal politics and fighting within Bitcoin, but if you read the Bitcoin white paper itself, it clearly defines Bitcoin as a chain of digital signatures. The SegWit version of Bitcoin gets rid of those digital signatures, so by the very definition given in the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper, a SegWit Bitcoin transaction is not a Bitcoin transaction. So from my point of view, Bitcoin Cash is the real Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash is on the same roadmap that the original Bitcoin from day one was, and then just within the last year, a bunch of people managed to veer it off and intentionally make the SegWit version of Bitcoin, and they've intentionally made it have high fees. They've intentionally made it have long confirmation times. They've intentionally made it less useful in business, and Bitcoin Cash is still useful in business, has low fees, fast confirmation times. It just doesn't have as much infrastructure built up on it. I think it seems really clear that the vast majority of people that are actually using Bitcoin in commerce prefer Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin SegWit. The vast majority of people whose background is in business or in economics prefer Bitcoin Cash to Bitcoin SegWit, and I fall squarely in that camp. I can't count how many Bitcoin transactions I do both myself personally and for my company every single day, and Bitcoin Cash is much more useful for that than Bitcoin SegWit at this point. I think cryptocurrency is going to take over the world. I think previously it would have been possible that Bitcoin could really just take over and really have the lion's share, but Bitcoin's first mover advantage has really been damaged by these people that have intentionally made Bitcoin have high fees and slow confirmation times. And that's the version of Bitcoin SegWit at this point, and that's why I like Bitcoin Cash.
Okay, the issue of Bitcoin scalability is a bit complicated. But basically it was a blockchain size limitation problem that reduced Bitcoin's transaction speed. The main body of Bitcoin had consensus in the idea of implementing segregated witness, or SegWit, which would open a door to the Lightning Network, which would make Bitcoin transactions cheaper and faster, but purists wanted to stay with the old format of Bitcoin, and simply increase block size. That is why Bitcoin Cash exists. It's a bit like staying with a flip phone, rather than adopting new technology. Sure, people still use flip phones, but nobody thinks they're competitive. In my opinion, Bitcoin Cash has diverted resources away from Bitcoin, weakening Bitcoin, while making some people very rich, but it was never fit for long-term survival. Thank you for spending time with me. Please poke the like button and be sure you've subscribed. Ring the bell to be notified when I post new videos. You can also follow me at Nakamoto Rised on Facebook and Twitter. Until I see you again, I'll keep you in mind, in my electric dreams.